Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, student. How are you today? Okay, I'm fine. Thank you for asking me about this. Okay, now I am is your teacher and I am teaching English. And first, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Kadapi, and you can call me Mr. Kadapi. Okay. Before class is started, better to us to take prayer together. And the praying will be led by the leader of this class. Who is the leader of this class? You? Okay, please lead the prayer. Okay, enough. Thank you. Okay, next. Before we talk deeply about narrative text, I would like to ask you, what is narrative text is? Do you know? Anybody know? Okay, do not know. Okay, narrative text. Narrative text, the first definition is a story with complications or problematic event, and it tries to find solutions. Focus on complications, problematic event. So when you find a text, there is complication of problematic event, and you find the solutions. Maybe it's called narrative text. What does that mean? Okay, for example, Prince want to marry woman, but he didn't find her. This is the problem. The problem is Prince want to marry woman, but he didn't find her. But he didn't find woman. And what is the solution? Prince meet a woman and they married. Okay, this is the complication of problems, and this is the solutions. So once more, narrative text is story with complication or problematic event, and it tries to find the solutions. Well, another definition, narrative text is imaginative or factual story. Another definition is imaginative story or factual story. Imaginative story is like fable, legend, horror, myth, and so on. And factual story is like or experience, history, and so on. That is called narrative text. Narrative text is imaginative story or factual story. What is the social function? What is the purpose of narrative text? Narrative text purpose is to amuse, or entertain the reader with the story. to amuse or to entertain the reader with story. That is the social functions of narrative text. Okay, so what is clear? Well, next is structured text. Structured text of narrative text. So in narrative text is you have to focus. This is four basic and it's very important in narrative text. Structured text is there is orientation, complication, resolutions, and reorientation. Orientation, it is when the story happened, when the story occurs, and usually it is introduce the participant in the story. Orientation, you can find orientation in the beginning of paragraph. In beginning paragraph, commonly you can find introduce the characteristic, introduce the participant. For example, Jimmy is wonderful. He live in the valley. It is orientation, and it is will the function is to introduce the participant in the story. Okay, and then there is also complications. Complication is tell the beginning of problems. So focus in definition, the narrative text is story with complication or problematic event. So complication is tells about the beginning of problem, the beginning of problems. Okay, resolutions. Focus, resolution is how the problem is solved. Yes, focus, how the problem is solved. Okay, the last is reorientation. Reorientation. It is usually, it contains a moral message. It depends the writer. Usually writer want to send or want to share about moral message in the last of the story. Okay, next we are going to discuss linguistic features, and it is very important. Linguistic feature of narrative text. First, what is linguistic feature of narrative text? First is past tense. Because this is the story or the event has occurs in the past. So when we want to told or when we want to tell the story, we should use past tense. What is past tense? For example, when, did, or what, woke. Okay, first is past tense, and the second linguistic feature is use action verb. Is action verb. Action verb is what the subject doing. For example, when did work, it is called action verb. Okay, and then using adverb. example, once upon a time in a far land there lived a prince, there is a queen, there is a monster, and then it is used adverb to describe. Okay, and then is adjective. Adjective is commonly used in to introduce the participant. For example, Henry is handsome man. It is adjective. Okay, and then the last is use uh, conjunction. Yes, conjunction. For example, Harry is handsome man, but he is lazy. This is called conjunctions. Okay, so far is clear? Understand? Any question? Any question? Okay. What? Yes. The social function of narrative text is to amuse or entertain the reader. So when we read the narrative text, the text is narrative. So we will feel we are entertained or we are amused. So this is the functions of narrative text is to amuse or entertain the reader. Okay, any question again? Any question, please? Yes. So you have to use past tense because we tell or we told about the last event. Okay. Anyone to asking? Clear? Okay. So now I would like to make conclusions about narrative text. So focus. Conclusion is narrative text is story with complication with or problematic event and it tries to find the solutions. Or another definition is imaginative story or factual story. And the purpose or the functions of narrative text is to amuse or to entertain reader by story. And it is very important. There are 4 structured text is orientation, where, when, and who in the story. Where the story is happened, when the story is happened, and who the participant in the story is orientation. And then complications, the problem, the beginning of problems, the solutions, how the problem is resolved, and the orientation is contained a moral message that the writer want to share. Okay, and then linguistic feeders. Linguistic feeder is used past tense like this, action verb, adverb, and adjective. Okay, there is no question again. You understand? Okay, thank you. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I hope it is very useful and you can make a narrative text by yourself. And that is our assignment last week and next week. So I think that's enough. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.